Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be cooking chicken pasties. Now, these are quite famous over in the UK in a certain bakery. I won't mention who they are, but if you're from there, I'm sure you will. So stick with us today and let us show you how to cook a chicken pasty. First of all, we need the ingredients to make this happen. So here we are. First of all, some thickened cream, some salt, some pepper, some cornflour for thickening the mix up, some Philadelphia cream cheese, you can use whatever cream cheese you wish, a couple of oxo cubes, some butter, and the star of the show, some chicken. Later on we'll be using some puff pastry as well, but that's in the freezer at the moment. Okay, so let's start with the chicken. We're just going to cut them into cubes, and then so when we cook them, because if you have a pasty, the bits in the pasty aren't massive, so it's not like eating a stew sort of thing. So let's just cut them up. I'm using chicken breast. You could use fillets or whatever, thighs, sort of thing. It's probably about that size. So this is 500 grams of chicken I'm using. So we've diced this up into nice sized little bites, and partly also because when you cook chicken you want to make sure it's cooked right. So we're going to cook this in the frying pan and get it nice and tender. Alright, so let's go. Next part of the process, we have a tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, we have our chicken stock, and now we're going to put in 200 ml of thickened cream. Bob's your uncle. Okay, so let's start cooking. Alright folks, let's get the cooker on. Set it at number 6, so medium heat, and we'll start cooking the chicken. First of all, I'm going to put the butter in because we're going to cook it in butter. Okay, now we've got the butter ready, let's get the chicken in. And we'll start cooking it nice and slow. Alrighty, chicken's cooked, so look how beautiful that is, and it's nice and tender. I just tried a bit. Next, we're going to put the stock in, and we're going to simmer it for about 5 minutes. So we'll let that just come up to a simmer, and 5 minutes later we'll check in with you. Okay, we're back. It's been simmering for about 5 minutes, and as you can see, it's changed colour slightly, and it smells amazing. It smells like chicken soup. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make up what they call a slurry. We're going to use some cornflour and some water, mix it together so we can thicken this up. And we're going to pour this in to the chicken. And we'll just stir it all in. And it will start to thicken up. Yeah, it's going already, look at that. We'll just turn the cooker down a little bit. It's starting to look like chicken pasty now. Okay, next we're going to put in our cream cheese and our heavy cream. No particular order. Heavy cream, cream cheese, and we're going to mix it all in, get it all nicely mixed. This will give you that beautiful creamy pasty chicken colour. And you can see it all coming together. Pasties. Okay, so here we are, we've put in our cream, we've put in our cheese, we've mixed it all through, and look at that, it just looks beautiful. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take it off the heat, we're going to let it cool before we make up the pastries, and then we can get the filling in there. So I'll see you when we're doing the pastry. What we're going to do now just quickly is just season it a little bit with some salt and pepper. A couple of pinches. And some pepper. We'll just stir all that in. Look how good that looks, eh? Bloody hell. Roll on dinner time. We're having this with mashed potatoes and peas tonight. Okay, that's it folks, we're just going to let that stand for a while and cool down. As I was going to start using the pastry, so let's get a couple of sheets of pastry. We've got the oven on in the background, heating up to 190 degrees. This is right out of the freezer, so we need to let it sit for a little bit. Alright, 1 egg. And we're going to use this just for whitewashing basically with pastry. This will also help the pastry glue together. So we've got our pastry out, so I try and get these into 6. Usually I'm better organised, but today we're just having to sort of wing it. That's about halfway. Okay, so now I've cut them up. What I do is use a little bit of egg and use it like a glue. We're going to paste around the edges. This will help when we put the top part on. Stick together a little bit easier. A bit different for painting by numbers, eh? So now we've glazed our pasta, what we're going to do is put this beautiful chicken inside, which is the filling of the pasta. So let's get a little bit on the man in the moon. You might just sort of try and dump it in the middle there, because it spreads out as you can see. Then you get your top half, and you pop it over, and then, where's my fork? get a fork. And what we do is just give that a little pierce down. And that's to help seal it together. So when it's cooking, all the chicken doesn't run out. And that's our first one done. So what I'll do is I'll make the rest just now, and then once I make them, you can come back and see the finished result. So here we go. Ready for the oven. Let's go. And we'll leave that for 30 to 40 minutes and we'll see you when it's ready. Alright folks, it's show time. Let's get them out of the oven. Okay, let's try one, eh? Look at that. Beautiful. Chicken mixed inside there. Well folks, that's it. Chicken pasties. Thank you for watching as always. Hopefully we've made your day. Please leave a comment, subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time on Your Tea's Out.